I now recognize the gentleman from California, Mr. Min, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chair Tiffany. I also want to thank Ranking Member Nagus for convening this hearing and allowing me to waive onto this subcommittee. I represent the heart of Orange County. The Cleveland National Forest abuts my district, and we've had a number of major wildfires in recent years, including the airport fire just last year. Of course, the LA wildfires earlier this year illustrated the severe risks that Southern California faces from our unique wildfire risks, particularly around the time of the Santa Ana winds. And so, of course, wildfire prevention readiness are extremely important to my district and really all of Southern California. Now, in June of this year, this committee asked Secretary Burgum to provide us with the number of red-carded staff at the Department of Interior, including the number that had left the agency due to the administration's reductions in force. We have not gotten answers to that request either at the time or subsequently, as far as I know. So I guess I'll follow up on Ms. Lee's question. According to ProPublica, 1,400 red card employees left your agency due to deferred resignations and other mass layoffs, and 4,500 firefighting positions remain vacant. Is it your contention that those numbers are wrong? Maybe you could quickly walk us through what the numbers actually are.
Sure, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min. We did have 1,400 red-carded employees that had qualifications to fight fire did leave. And of those, this is the numbers we talked about earlier, about 350 of those had actually been on a fire in the last 5 years. Of those 350, currently 130 of them have come back to the agency to fight fire this year.
Good. Reclaiming my time, how many total Forest Service employees have left the agency?
Since the beginning of the
This year,
DRP and options, it's about 5,200 have left the agency.
Got it. Now, ProPublica also reported that you sent a letter to Forest Service officials raising alarm over staffing concerns and stating that, quote, the demand for resources outpaces their availability. Do you still stand by that statement today?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, I'm not, that statement is not resonating with me, so I'd have to see the statement, but it's not resonating with me.
Do you know how many firefighters the Forest Service needs to hire to meet its growing needs?
Yes, sir. So, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, so currently we have 11,300 firefighters that are classified as firefighters GS9 and below, and this year we hired about 11,400. So we were just above our hiring target for this year for firefighters GS9 and below.
Now, earlier this year it was reported that a number of federal employees had their government purchase card limits set to $1 and were otherwise prevented from purchasing certain items that they felt like they needed. Has the Forest Service made any changes to your purchase card program since January 20th of this year?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, yes, we've made changes. As we've learned about the process, we've reduced availability of cards, but we've also maintained the limits that we had the prior year. So we currently have about 4,000 cards that are available to folks for purchasing.
And has this led to any firefighting-related purchases being delayed or not able to be purchased?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, I can't say specifically. I do know early on that was a concern, so we increased the firefighter card availability by an additional 2,000 cards.
But the limits were still set at $1?
No, these were not set at $1. They were set at whatever the limit needed to be. It could have been 25,000 or 50,000, but we increased the cards by about 2,000 cards here about 8 weeks ago to ensure that as we went into fire season more aggressively, that we had appropriate spending authority for the crews.
Is that something we can get further answer to as to if any purchases have been delayed or not made because of the limits?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, we can look at that and respond back to you.
Got it. Now, in Orange County, as I mentioned, we abut the Cleveland National Forest, and in 2024, a wildfire broke out, growing to 23,000 acres. And the post-diagnostic part of the blame for that is due to the idea that Forest Service ranger stations were unstaffed and that assistance from the Orange County Fire Authority was not taken. Since that time, of course, we've had even greater staffing shortages and cuts to the Forest Service. And I guess my question to you here is district-specific. What are current staffing levels in the Cleveland National Forest?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, I don't have that number in front of me, so we'd have to get back to you on that.
Okay, I would appreciate an answer to that later. Two of the Cleveland National Forest ranger stations, Trabuco Canyon and San Juan, were reportedly unavailable for over 40% of the days in the month of August. And this is obviously a deep concern to us. And I guess my question is related now to the U.S. Department of Ag's proposal to reorganize wildfire agencies, including the complete elimination of the Forest Service's regional offices. Do you believe that this proposed elimination will help or hurt your Forest Service mission?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, we think that the restructuring effort proposed by the Secretary will actually help us make better decisions and drive things down to the local level and better support the public.
I guess my last question, the administration's consolidation plan for fire agencies is September 12th, just a few days from now. We have not learned very much detail about this plan. Can you share with us what this is going to do, and particularly for my region, how firefighters will be affected and how the 3,600 wildland firefighters based in California might be impacted by these proposed closures?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Min, so in terms of the recommendations per the executive order, that will be rolling out later this week. So I don't have anything to add at this point, but you will see information released this week regarding the requirements in the executive order that'll come out. In terms of closures, we aren't closing any forests or any districts on the Cleveland forest, so there are no closures there. In terms of what we are looking at doing is over the course of the next 8 to 12 months, looking at the regional offices and how best to structure those.
Thank you. I yield back.